Hey, how about that? Can you all hear me now? Jeez, every time. Yep, can't hear you, can't hear you. Still nothing? Says it's coming through. There we go. Alright, it should be good now. Yep. You know, you think I would test these things. You think I would go, hey, I plan to live stream today. Let me make sure everything's running good. I gotta plug in some things. I'm sure the default settings got messed up in OBS because, you know, the program's slowly been gathering cobwebs for the last 5 months. You think it would be in my mind to go, you know what, let me just real quick run through, make sure all the levels are coming in. No, up until about 5 minutes ago I was playing video games before the stream started. So as I was saying, we're alive and well. My brain just decided that at the same time as I started a full-time job, that I really liked video games. So all productivity went down the drain because anytime I wasn't working to make money to, you know, keep living, my brain's like, you know what's really cool? Roguelikes. And it's my brain's not wrong. Roguelikes are fun. Just they take up a lot of time. Know what else takes up a lot of time? Rambling, which is what I'm doing now. So, I don't want to talk too much about the project because I don't know how much the creator wants to keep it on the down low. I did get their permission to stream this part of it, but I'm in a collab that's going to be coming out eventually. I don't exactly know when. This is like the first steps of it, but the prompt is to design a Fakemon, which I still think should be called a Fakemon, F-A-U-X. And perfectly, I dreamt of this character a while ago, and I've been trying to find a reason to use it, but essentially, it is a cat with some kind of large gauntlets. I haven't determined how big they are. They can either be slightly bigger than their body or absolutely massive. But we'll figure that out as we go along, because we just got things to do. But how about we start off with this? How's everyone been doing? It's been a long time. It has been... I want to say the last video, not counting the sizzle reel I put out, was September, October, sometime around then. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Things got a little crazy, okay? Like, so, and again, I feel like my stupid sketching brush is wrong. So what happened was I got a job. I got a full-time job. But here's the thing. Here's what really happened. Well, not what really happened, but the start of the job, like the first 2 weeks of the job, was putting the store together. Meaning I showed up to work and it was just an empty building, and it was my job, not my job as well as many others, to actually build the store so that I could continue having a job. And what that entails was 12 hours a day-ish, 7 days a week for about 2 weeks. So as you can imagine, my schedule went from having all the free time to having absolutely none of it. And And having the free time meant I could manage both KyngPin Creations and Boss Level. When you sap away half the day and then another 8 hours out of that day to, sleep, because apparently the human body needs that. Disagree emphatically with that. That's why God invented caffeine. It really leaves very little time for anything else. And unfortunately, that carried over into when the actual job started, with the regular hours. It went from 12 hours around to 8 hours. However, it went to 12 hours down to 8 hours during the Christmas season. Meaning, the time I was working was less, but the busyness did not change at all. Meaning I was still tired. And then on top of that, Boss Level's buffer kind of ran out, and I was trying to kind of keep up on that, but lots of circumstances outside all of our controls happened, and so we've been down to the wire for a while. And then this year, we're still a little down to the wire, but we're working on it. And then, what was that last part I was gonna say? Oh yeah, we're still working on our schedule, but I've realized that unless I specifically put time aside to do things, they'll never get done, because I can no longer go off of the fact that, hey, I'll do this when I have the time. I've realized my mind will always make up something to do, and so if I want to get something done, I have to deliberately force myself to go, hey, I'm doing this. I did just finish the art for a video because of doing that. I'm doing this live stream because I'm like, it's gotta get done. Gotta force myself to do it. And then hopefully, I just want to get back into making things again. It's been so hard. Life has gotten so weird lately. But yeah, that's where I've been. And still am. So, let's see. I should look at what the requirements were for this collab before dive in blind into this. Alright. How's everyone doing? I did see some comments. So on the music, we can't hear you. We solved that. One rule of live streaming, nothing ever works when you want it to. Absolutely right, nerd. Heck yeah. Yo, hey Night of Arcane, how you doing? KyngPin, are you going to continue voice actor fusions and 100 character challenge? 100 character challenge might need a different type of format. I've been talking with other YouTubers and like kind of looking at content to just like see how to switch up the channel, make it more, I don't know if accessible is the right word, but like switch things up to make it a little more, and I hate using this word, algorithm friendly. So I do plan on mixing up content a little bit, maybe trying out some new things. I'm stubborn though, so voice actor fusions will not be going away. Maybe just a different format. It's at least not going away for one more episode, because I did start one with the intent on making another episode. Just haven't gotten the chance to do other ones yet. Which kind of worked out, because the one that I did work on, I did specifically because I was going to Comic-Con, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool if I got to give it to the person, and I could include that in the video, but then I'm like, but I really want to get the video out. That didn't happen. So now I do have the footage I need from Comic-Con to put in that video, so that's kind of cool. Silver lining on that one. But I have to do the other two characters too. I want to push this pose a little more. I feel like the arms could be a little... That's actually another thing. That's another thing I was thinking about. So, like I said, we have the two characters. Unfortunately, I really like both, but I really like the giant ethereal hands, which I have been informed by like Nerd Comics Inc. and Night of Arcane that like it's a little more Digimon than Pokemon, but I could not let this idea go. I needed an excuse to draw it. Yeah. So, Ben, to answer your question, there's going to be at least one more voice actor fusion. At least. There's going to be more. I love it too much. Y'all love it too much. It just might be a different format. Did I finish my last thought? I don't remember. Okay, hold up. Let's backtrack. Reverse. Like I was saying, I love both these designs. The one thing I was not harping on, but like going back and forth on, was if to give the actual cat arms or just to leave it more like, I don't want to say nubs, but that, and then just have the giant ethereal hands be its only arms. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe it, I don't know. I'm probably going to use this character again for my own thing outside of this collab, if I'm allowed to. Because I think it might be cool for the fantasy world I'm working on, but at the same time, I'm starting to realize that, what's it called? There's a lot of characters, and that's going to be a lot to balance, so it's probably best if I don't use every new character that comes to mind, just because I like their design and their movesets. I mean, I could include them, but making them major characters might be a little too much for me to balance as someone who is not used to writing long, epic stories, especially in the fantasy genre. I actually do kind of like those, the little rounded cartoonish hands. So I think we are going to give this cat hands. Me going up to fight this cat. Damn, cat's got hands. Jeez. Alright, blah 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 da 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 da. Where the heck? Audio mute. Nothing ever works. Oh, we're back. It's been a minute. At least you had fun, right? If you mean building the store, Apple, wasn't bad. It was an experience. I did help put together another store years ago. Kind of the same process. Build the store, and then you have a job at said store. But that one, at least to my memory, was a little less intense. Like it was normal work hours, which wasn't too bad. There's something wrong with that hand. Oof. Finally, KyngPin's back. Hello, Nikolai. I'm back. Trying new things, trying to get back into things in 2026. Unfortunately, getting back into things also is coupled with trying new things. More on that later, because like I mentioned during boss level, I'm not 100% committed to it yet, and I don't want to put things out into the internet and it'd be like, oh, never mind, never did it. Screw it. If any of you know what a Spartan race is, I've kind of been, air quotes, suckered into doing one with my work. And by that I mean my boss brought it up, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. But essentially, it's a 3-5-ish mile hike or run up a mountain. And they throw some obstacles in your way, which is... Well, what I should say is the entire point is to... What's it called? To break you. Break you mentally and physically. The whole point of the Spartan run is to push your mind and body to its absolute limits. And for some reason, I heard that, and I'm like, let's go. So, what I've been doing to make sure I don't die is training for it. And it's pretty intense, but that's not the bad part in relation to this. The bad part is training takes time. Time away from all this. Why is it so hard to get this hand right? I'm gonna leave it like this for now, but it looks a little off. Nope, that makes it look even worse. Okay, if it's a fist, it should make it like this. Something like that, right? But then again, it just... And we'll leave it for now. It's not the most important part of the character. Can't get hung up on it. Boss level said Kyle's never completed a single player game, and his brain took that personally. Nerd, you might not be wrong. You might not be wrong. I have been going through trying to complete some games to 100%, at least on Steam. If you're in the boss level Discord server, you'll know that I'm one achievement away from completing Ball X Pit, which might be one of my favorite roguelikes of all time. It's such a good game. But yeah, I'm one away from completing that, and I'm a little annoyed because I'm pretty sure I did it today, but it didn't register, which is weird. I think something might be wrong with Steam, but I don't even know if that's possible. But 2 games where I'm like almost certain I've fulfilled the achievement requirements, and they just didn't go and pop up. So maybe something's wrong with Steam. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, nerd, you're not wrong. I have been trying to 100% some games because if there's one thing I value more than productivity, it's proving my worth to others. And boss levels just like you have problems committing to things and finishing stuff, and I'm like, I'll show you. And I have since yes. What is up, my king? Are you staying hydrated? Kind of, Ark. I drank caffeine, which, again, if you've been watching Boss Level, you know my body doesn't have a great reaction to. And I've made the mistake of drinking some right before this stream, so... The rambling might make a little more sense. There we go. Now the cat means business. Yes, Ben, the last video I did post was the one with all the voice acting. That was... I don't even know what that video was. I just figured, hey, this would actually be pretty cool as an end of the year thing. I don't know if it was supposed to be... like... I don't really treat it as like that was like a buffer to be like, I'm still posting videos. But at the same time, it's just like... you know, it's pretty cool. I'm debating if that's something I want to put on my website, the voice acting one, but we'll see. Not bad. It kind of looks like it has a tunic on, the way I've like segmented the body. This here looks a little bit like some kind of chest armor. This right here was supposed to be a bandana, but it now looks like a neck piece. Actually, it might... it kind of just looks like the cat's wearing a crop top. Hold up. Give him some booty shorts with the frayed bottoms. Cowboy hat. Yeehaw! We got cowgirl cat. He's trying so hard to be tough. He's got a crop top on. Hold up. Gotta make it plaid. Gotta make it a plaid shirt. Yeehaw. Yeehaw, baby. Awesome. Immediately getting Digimon vibes. Yep, Apple. Yes, Nikolai, I did get paid to build the store. That I feel like it'd bring up some legal and moral concerns if I didn't. Everything about building the store was entirely illegal. And I don't know how much, like, I want to say about my current job. For no other reason than I just don't know, like, is there, what can I say, what can I not? What was the store called? Well, I'm definitely not going to give that information away. That would be doxing. Definitely cannot name the place I'm employed. At least Supermarket Together provided job experience. You didn't flood it with penne, did you? No, nerd, I did not flood the store with penne. Although, through the last few months, I've come to realize how quotable boss level can get in a working environment. I really should have pulled up some Pokemon references. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's decided I'm making a Fakemon 2. Awesome Apple. Does this Fakemon have a trainer? Me. I'm the trainer. I don't know. Well, that's a good mindset, forcing yourself to do something. It's something new. We're trying things this year. Been doing like daily workouts and stuff, which have been cool. Stuff like that. Just kind of stepping outside of comfort zones. That's the goal for this year. Do things that wouldn't normally do. Because I feel like I might have been a little stagnant last year. Are you considering on sending another submission to the Popcross Studios Community Redraw if you have the time, and what prompt would interest you? Funny you should say that, BlazePix. This character I was originally gonna submit to a Popcross redraw. I forget, it was one of the recent ones. I think it was just like cute cartoon characters that he turned into kaiju. It might have been last month actually. The last one he did. The last video he made, not the last submission. I will admit, I'm a little behind on Popcross again. Gotta catch up, especially because there's the new things coming out. Or the original things. Yeah, the last community redraw, the subscriber cartoons as kaiju. This was supposed to be the character for that. And I just simply ran out of time. Google, I don't want to look at the human Pokemon art style. I want to see the Pokemon art style. Wow, Pikachu's very rotund. Very minimal shading, which might save me time, which would be cool. Pokemon creature art style. What am I supposed to look up? I can't. I said Pokemon. They're called the Pokemon. Google, I mean Pokemon the things, not Pokemon the show. I want the Pokemon from the show, but not the show itself. I don't know what to make of that. Oh, never mind. Nerd came through with references. Yeah, they do have very minimal shading. Thank you for sending me all the cat ones, nerd. And then there's this guy. Oh, but for the giant hands. That's helpful, thank you. Got busy, so couldn't get one for the cartoon kaiju reader either. Yeah. It would have been good because, like, I don't know. There's something about this character that I really like. It's very, I mean, off the bat, I don't know if you could tell, but it's very. Oh, what's the character's name? It's King, right? The Owl House character. I believe it's King. It's very that inspired. In fact, I think in the dream where I thought up this character, it had the exact same voice as King from that show. Owl House. Okay, I was right. Imagine if Dark Gary was also under the surface. You know, Ben, I forgot about Dark Gary, and nobody. Let's keep this a secret, but sometimes I forget about Under the Surface too. I know I need to go back because I really want to finish it. Like I literally just mentioned a few minutes ago, Boss Level pseudo accused me of having trouble committing to things. And if I don't finish that comic, I prove them right, and I can't let that happen. Unfortunately, I'm YouTube, KyngPin, Boss Level, and the job keeps making me forget about working on it. There's a page that's half made that I want to do a live stream for. I think if I keep it. If I go about the live stream a certain way, I could work on the page without spoilers, because unfortunately I think that's the only way it's gonna get done. But there's several projects that I need to get a move on, and I think doing live streams are the only ways I'm going to get them done. And I'm a little unsure if live streaming any other day besides my days off is a good idea. Maybe the days prior to the days I have off might work for a live stream, but normal work days, by the time I get home, eat and stuff, it probably won't work. I'm working on a new schedule. The problem is I'm working on a lot of new things at the same time. And unless I find a way to combine those, it's gonna be a real tough year. The hands could be better, because I don't even know what these hands are doing. They're kind of like this. If that's the case, then the pinky should actually be the opposite way. Flip. I'm gonna leave you over here. Just put that pinky somewhere else for now. I think the fingers kind of need to overlap. Not too much. Something like that maybe, because I need to make room for the pinky to stay on the hand. Hands are hard to draw, so why did I make the entire Pokemon based off of hands? Giant ethereal hands. And unfortunately, I do kind of want to make them gauntlets too. So there's going to be a little bit of detail in them. Hey King, nice to see you back. Question, would you rather work for Eloise Ludum as a teacher at a school? Well, there goes my pen. Or work for Vox as a writer for a show or movie he's putting a lot of money into? Well, that depends. Am I getting the lot of money he's putting into it? Because that would influence my decision a lot. Lots of money would be nice. Actually, let me rephrase that. Lots of money to be creative would be nice. Yeah, Vox kind of sucks, though, as a person, so... So that's gonna affect the choice a little bit. Well, actually, in fairness, they both suck. Can I get away with a fist? Am I capable of doing this? Already no, because it would be, so finger, 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 already didn't space that out correctly. Finger, 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 thumb, thumb. I'll save the thumb for later. KyngPin, you need to download and have PureRef open with ref images. Dempsey, you've been trying to get me to download PureRef for months. I I appreciate the help. I just keep forgetting to do it, and honestly, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to it. I'm sure it's very helpful, and I've seen you use it, and it looks really cool. Just as soon as that live stream goes off, I forget everything that was ever talked about. It's technically below these knuckles, so it'd be about here. Read response. Both are horrible bosses to work for, but if I had to pick, I'd pick Vox. The worst he can do is shock you with electricity. Ludum sends your ass to the Ludum lands if you don't. Yeah, I feel like Vox could do worse, though. Because he also has the mind control... Spoilers. It's been several months. No, that's not a spoiler. Never mind, he has mind control powers, so... feel like that's not great. I'm sure he's also killed a person just out of pure why the hell not. So there's that. Also not great. You know, some of my plans are spoilers. Oh, I know some of your plans, Knight, and just really need to sit down and get stuff I'm passionate about done, along with the fun stuff that's more likely to get attention at the start to help. Passion projects get attention. Yeah, they do. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, I've started to learn that I'm a bit of a hedonist, and so basically the things that are just enjoyable now are the things my mind prioritizes, i.e. video games, boss level, etc. And the slow burn projects with the ambition that I have to do them then get sidelined, and it sucks. Hedonism is not a philosophy that I recommend. And let me make sure I'm using that school of philosophy correctly. Hedonism. Hedonism is a family of... Wikipedia, by the way. Hedonism is a family of philosophical views that prioritize pleasure. Psychological hedonism is the theory that all human behavior is motivated by the desire to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. As a form of egotism, it's suggested that people only help others, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Somewhat on the right track. But yeah, that's my problem. My brain goes, ooh, boss level, makes the haha funnies. Haha funnies feel good. Do more of that. And I'm just like, there's 6 other things I want to do in this hour alone. I also need to take control of everything. So as much as it kind of hurt to relinquish control, I've luckily had the breakthrough to pawn off or delegate some of the boss level editing to Nate and the thumbnails to Lucius, so it's a little less work on me, which is nice, but now there's that itching feeling in the back of my head. It's like, they're doing stuff and I have no say over it. Alright, hopefully the line art can make this look better. The hands are a little at the moment. That's correct, and being forced to take philosophy now. But yeah, hedonism equals no good. Insert the entirety of Dorian Gray here. Yeah. That I'm starting to see a connection as to why I might really like that story. Nerd, you might have just connected some dots that were better off left separate. Yeah, I wish. I don't have time to make animatics right now, unfortunately. Yeah. That's another thing too. I want to do like animation or animatics or something, and my brain's just like, stop. Like, that would be cool, but like, focus on the comic. It's like an animatic, but you know, less drawing. I just want to be more creative, but I need the self-discipline, A, to be creative, and B, you know, the funds to stay alive while being creative. Hey Gallahan, what's going on? You didn't miss much. We're just designing a Fakemon, and I'm trying to actually accomplish something while rambling. Alright, now so many things I want to do, but I need to focus on one thing for now, though I might delve into something new this year. Yeah. So, fun story. If any of you are familiar with... Hold up, I need to look up. No, those aren't goggles. Goggles are go on your face. Gloves is the word I'm thinking of. Can I get a reference image? Because I have a very specific design for these goggles. And it's based off of it's based off of the game I've been playing recently. Do I have a desktop? But like I was saying, fun story. If any of you are familiar with the Game Grumps, Ninja Sex Party, or Shadow Academy, the common thread between all three of those is a YouTuber musician named Dan Avedon. A few years ago, I got to interview Dan for my college radio station. And one of the questions me and Nate from Boss Level asked him was, you're in not Boss Level. I wish he was in Boss Level. You do Game Grumps, Ninja Sex Party, Shadow Academy, Sky Hill, which was another band, and a bunch of other stuff. How do you do it all? And his response was, there's a reason I booted up a video game, by the way. His response was, start off by focusing on one thing, and then when that one thing, air quotes, succeeds and grows, that audience can help you fund other things. And he said something along the lines of, you need to only focus on one thing at a time, or else your mind will explode. My response, I didn't say this to him, but my response is like, I'm built differently. I can manage a bunch of things at the same time. Just you watch. And now I'm sitting here like, oh God, he was right. But the problem is, I don't know how to let go. I don't know what to let go of in order to build up that focus. Because the problem is, my problem is I have so much ambition, but I lack the motivation and discipline to get all of them done. So my brain I cannot decide what am I the least passionate about that I'm okay with giving up right now so I can pursue the other things. Exactly, night choice paralysis. Because it's like, okay, KyngPin Creations is monetized, so going in on that, flexing my creative muscles, it's fulfilling, and there's something, I don't know how to say this without sounding like, for lack of a better word, a greedy schmoop? I don't know if that's the right word. I don't know if that's an okay word to say. Without sounding like a greedy, and forgive the language, a bastard. But yes, KyngPin is monetized. So by flexing the creative muscle, there's side income stuff that I can use to fund other things. Whereas I can use job money to save for house, car, food, because for some reason I need all those things. I'd rather just sit here all day and make pretty pictures and comics, and by that I mean just playing video games. And then on the other hand, there's Boss Level, which is my creative outlet for comedy, because it's a lot easier to... I don't know how to explain it, but it's a lot easier to be, I don't want to say entertaining, but in a comedic sense, entertaining on that show than it is for KyngPin. At least with the way the KyngPin channels formatted the videos with the storytelling and stuff. It's a little harder to be comedic with that. The skits were pretty good. What was I saying? I lost it. Oh yeah, the skits that I did in the recent videos were pretty good. I'd have to, but they didn't really hit as hard as just the Boss Levels off the cuff, nothing's planned kind of improv comedy. So there's that. And the problem is, those are like my two main personality traits. You pull up. You make KyngPin Creations in The Sims. It's running with the art. It's running with the art and the court jester perk. Okay, and it's easy. Those channels fulfill both those things. If one of them could just fulfill both, that would help a lot. But they don't, and I don't know if there's really a way I could get them to. We'll see. But yeah, so there's that, and then there's voice acting on top of that, which I feel bad giving up period. That's the problem. Anyway, if I don't explain what I'm doing here soon, I'm gonna start playing Megabonk, and that's gonna kill the whole stream. God, I really want to play one round of Megabonk, but no, it can take too long. Anyway, so the reason I booted up that game for about 10 minutes, oh jeez, is because this is what I see the gauntlets designed as. Just kind of inspired by this color palette. So that's why I was sitting there on that screen for the last 10 minutes as I yapped. Anyway, what I was saying is it's really hard to choose what to give up in order to focus on one, to maximize the time and energy put into that, to then build it up in order to, not financially, but in just every aspect, fund the other projects, while at the same time being fulfilling, like personally fulfilling to me. So as I go in my day-to-day grappling with that, it's a little bit of a struggle, because the only reason I put, so unfortunately I was still working on the comic last year. I was working it in between, like when I would get home from work, and I didn't get things done as fast as previously, because I'd usually spend a whole day just doing comic stuff. Unfortunately, it did take a little longer. I could have still done it. I could have kept up with it. The problem was, you saw it. The problem was this right here, Megabonk. Absolutely killed me. Absolutely killed me in terms of free time. I would get home and I'm like, just one round of Megabonk. We can do this. Just one round of Megabonk won't hurt. Then we can begin working on our comic. And then next thing I know, it was 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, well, gotta go to bed. So yeah. Unfortunately, well, among other reasons, I also, one of my bosses at my work did commission me, and it was a pretty big commission. There was just a lot to it, for lack of a better word, and it took some time. So that was another reason, because I really had to focus in on that, and it got done. It could have gotten done faster, but in order to avoid responsibility, I'm gonna blame Megabonk again, which is not false. It did kill my time, but yeah. So, and the problem was, the whole point was to put Under the Surface on hiatus, work on it, and then come back. Work on rebuilding up that buffer and coming back. I did none of it. I worked on Megabonk 0 during the entire month of December. Not Megabonk, Jesus. Under the Surface 0 that entire time. And so now it's been on hiatus for a month, and I have nothing building it back up. I did get a little writing done, but not as much as I had hoped. We're gonna find time for that, because like I said, I need to do something creatively fulfilling. That was creatively fulfilling in every aspect. I don't know if my comedic writing reaches that same level as boss level, because with boss level I also have people to work off of. Like, there's 3 other people that be like, you say thing, rebound, make it funnier, call back, all that stuff. Under the Surface is completely solo, and I have problems asking for, air quotes, help. What are these? Okay. So this is really messing with me. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna merge you with the other gloves. That way everything's on the same layer, so if I need to erase anything, I can. But I have problems asking for, like, help and stuff. So, like, despite being friends with other artists and storytellers and stuff like that, I don't know. There's this weird thing I have where I just have an issue going with, like, hey, does this work? Does this story make sense? Is this particular scene funny and stuff like that? I've done it a little bit. I've flown some pages by the Fellowship of the Art things, and they gave me good feedback. I just don't know. I just have issues doing it more often. Maybe because if I get feedback, then it becomes I needed help for something, and maybe I don't like not doing things a lot. I don't know. Welcome to live stream psychology, where I ramble about my problems and maybe something gets discovered. You should stream doing the comics, so when you work in, just live stream the process as you do. Who said that? See, Dempsey, I could. I can't always, though, because we're a little... I don't know. I don't want to say we're into spoiler territory of the comic, but like, I'd say climax. Would we be at the? Would you consider this the climax? I don't know why I'm asking any of y'all. You have no idea what's gonna happen, and if you do, for those of you out there who do know what is gonna happen, because I told you, no, you don't. Don't say anything, please. But there's certain things that I don't like. I don't know. Do I want to reveal those on a live stream? Do I want people seeing it before the page is done and published? That's my only thing. Like, I'm like, do I want to put the major story points on stream before you could read them? I don't know. That's something I've been going back and forth with. But there are other projects that I really want to get to that could be good for streaming. Number one, I really want to make character sheets for the under the surface characters, the ones with the full turnarounds where it's front, side, 3/4, that kind of thing. Because A, that'd be helpful. B, that'd look really good for a portfolio. And if I kind of like want to join certain video game companies as many character designers, like I don't know, like some sort of dating simulator game that might have happened to heavily inspire Under the Surface, and I think it would be cool to be part of that. Not that I know if they're even hiring. Somebody tag Beautiful Glitch and be like, give this man a job. But no, unfortunately, that's a goal. That is a bucket list, is to work on a Monster Prom game in some way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, I don't know if I have the notoriety, and by that I mean like recognition, to what's it called? To be involved, and I don't know how many more games they intend to make. Because, like, I don't know, I love those games so much. To voice a character, to design a character, would just be so much fun. Like, for those of you who watch the character reel, I did a lot of video game work this year, and it's really, really freaking fun to do, to work on and stuff. And I want to do that. I want to make something, and it's so much harder. But at the same time, I'm just like I could easily. I use the word easily very loosely. Like, I can easily just go, hey, I did it before. Guys, take over boss level. It's been fun. I love being a part of it. I gotta focus on my own things right now. For lack of a better term, I would need to JonTron myself the way, well, I don't know the full history, but I think part of the reason was JonTron left Game Grumps to focus on his own channel. And I kind of need to do that. I need to pull the trigger, make the decision, say I need to step away from boss level for the time being, just so I can work on things. Because I love boss level. It's so good. And if anyone from boss level's watching, I'm sorry, this is how you're finding out. Oh, now I feel so bad. I'll talk to them eventually about it. It's only because it's just such a time sink. That's the... Oh, God. The more I talk, the more I feel bad. Oh, gosh. I don't know how to re-spin this. Let's just be honest. Let's just be full on truthful. Boss level takes up a lot of the time. And as much as I love doing it, and this goes for pretty much all creative outlets at the moment, it has diminishing returns. And that's not anybody's fault. It's just I don't fully understand the algorithm. I don't think anyone does. I'm trying my best to work it and stuff. Trying to find areas where I can improve and just be better at making videos. But yeah, everything I've been working on is a lot of work, a lot of time and effort put into things, and they're not gaining the results that I would like. I don't know, because right now I feel like everything I'm saying is entirely vapid and vain. I'm not doing this solely for the views, obviously. I'd quit a lot of things if it was for the views. But it'd be a nice bonus to do the views, to know that what I'm working on. I don't know. Am I trying? Deep breath. Let's just go with it. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm trying to say. But I will say the fact that Drew's views have dropped all of the sudden, like, there was a time, like, I'm just gonna throw out, nope, I'm not gonna throw it out because I don't even remember the date. I think, when did I start this channel? I think it was 2023. Right? Hold up, I need to, oh, cool, I forgot we've just changed views because I forgot to hide the display capture. Whatever. We're going full screen. It's not like am I using this for something? I don't remember. If anything, I have the Clip Studio speed paint, so I can use that. When was the first video I posted on this channel? Okay, so I started in 2023. In that case, what was it? I don't know. It was like March 2024. Things just stopped doing as good as normal. If we can see here, Amazing My Circus, Hero Academia, Rudolph's, like 1K, 800, 870, 1.3, 977. This was the Popcross shout out, I know that. We're sitting like in the thousands. Obviously it's a little different because these have been out for years at this point. So they've had time to garner views, but like these are pretty much where they reached in about, let's say, a week of uploads, is that it was these. And then all of a sudden, they start 500s, 200s, 209, 333. Like, there was a clear point where it went down. And I've been trying to figure out what it is. I think one of the, I don't want to call it an issue, because it's not, because of what it led to, but I do think the collabs, and when all our channels, Dempsey, me, Knight, Nerd, and Popcross all got together, we took the audiences, smashed them together, and said, have fun keeping track of 5 channels doing similar things. And I think certain people, like I think viewers, picked and chose which channels they wanted to keep up with. That's been my theory, because the timelines sort of line up. Which isn't bad things, because now I'm talking to artists, and that's cool. And that when I was doing my first channel in 2020 or whatever, it was just me in a room talking to a camera. And now I'm just like, hey people, I have ideas, let me bounce them off you. So net positive all around, but I do think that's where that view drop came off of, and trying to, air quotes, win people back by doing the exact same thing over and over week after week didn't help. What was the point of this tangent? Where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? What was the point of any of that? There was a point. I swear there was a point. I swear there was a point. God, I gotta stop drinking caffeine. What was the point? Why did I start saying any of that? Hold up. Talking about views. What? Nope. Okay, so everything I was talking about has left my mind. I can't remember where I was going with this. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna read some chat because I don't know what's happening. I am sorry, everybody. I forgot how. Your comic is coming together awesomely. Thank you, Galahound. But I have to ask, have you thought about bringing back KyngPin recreations? Maybe. Okay, so I will say this. The new video I'm working on is taking longer than expected. And unfortunately, I had an idea of a way I kind of want to try doing videos from now on. But they require a lot of work because they require PNG tuber assets. Which, if you don't know, means drawing the same character a lot. Sort of like a comic. And I cannot bring myself to do that yet. Most of the video is done editing. I just need that small part. And my brain has put a mental block on me for doing that. Which sucks. But as soon as I get that, I should be able to get that done. But yeah. If I did bring back KyngPin recreations, it would be in a different format. As much as I like the storytelling and telling stories, I didn't love doing them in the YouTube format, if that makes sense. Like, I'm telling a story with Under the Surface. That's a comic, and I like doing that. There was something about well, I don't have a name for the series like Popcross does, but doing it like that, the voice acting was fun, but the writing, I think it was the lack of consistent visual aid that was throwing me for a loop. because like I would draw characters obviously and do the community redraws, but it wasn't, you weren't getting the full story visually, which is weird because I love reading, which is no visuals other than the words. But there was something about the format where I'm just like, I don't love this. I like doing the art. I just did not like the... I don't want to say not liking, but it wasn't my favorite way of telling stories, for lack of a better term. So this new way I'm trying to do things, it still gets that voice acting. It still gets, like I like to call it, character work in my new idea. Oh, and also I've talked to other YouTubers and they're like, yeah, 30-minute videos are not the way to go. So I'm working on cutting out some of the fluff because I tend to ramble. So if I did bring back the community recreations, because it is fun drawing or interpreting your guys' art, it would be in a different way and it'd probably be a lot more... It'd probably be more akin to how Fantasy Creed does it. Where she draws it out, talks about the process a little bit, and it's like an 8-minute video max. I'm trying to go more that route because less time. I have less time available to me, so editing 30-40-minute videos, little less, because yes, the boss level videos are 30-40 minutes. I'll let you know a little secret. Those don't require much editing. It's kind of watch it through, adjust the audio levels when needed, and you're good. It takes about 40 minutes to an hour for a 30-minute video. A 30-minute video for KyngPin Creations can take all day. Especially because it's usually like 30 or 40 minutes of me recording, and that includes cutting out the mess-ups and stitching everything together to flow nicely, finding the best takes of voice lines, waiting for the time lapses to render because I'm taking 7 hours of footage and putting it into 7 minutes. So if I keep the same quality of editing for KyngPin Creations, but aim for shorter videos, it should allow me to do less time. Yeah. All to say that bringing back series from the last era of KyngPin Creations would mean different execution of those ideas. Do you get paid for making webcomics on Webtoon and other stuff? No, Nikolai, I do not. That one is purely for passion. And honestly, the really only reason I'm doing Under the Surface is A, because I went to like this cool comic creator meetup a few months ago, almost a year ago, wow. And one of the artists said, if you're working on something, and Starfish Face said this too, if you're working on something, do something quick, just to see if you can do it. I've mentioned before that it was supposed to be only like 8 pages. The comic artist told me, like, work on an 8-page thing, doesn't even have to be a coherent story. Just do it to know you can do it. And I took that and said, 8 pages? Did you say 80? So, Under the Surface became a little more work than I thought. But I just really want a physical copy of it. I want to have a physical copy of Under the Surface. That is one of the main reasons I'm doing it. I'm putting it on Webtoons because why not? Share it. I don't like sitting on things. But I just want to hold something I made in my hands and be like, I put effort into this and here is the payoff for it. That is the main goal. The webcomic is not about recognition or money or anything. It is solely so I can one day hold something I made in my hand. And obviously, I have posters. Thanks, green screen. I have posters I've done, and this was for the musical me and my friends made in college, which was like a full album, and I can hold this in my hand and say, this is something I made. I've grown bored of this. I need something new to hold in my hands. You know that For those of you who watch Popcross, you know that whole character arc of the I'll be happy when and how that's a horrible idea? That's exactly what I'm going off of. But no, I like the fact that I just brought it up. It's like, I'm really happy about this. This is cool. It's a little disconnected itself from the musical itself, because like I took all the text off just because I really like the art. But like the songs we made and the lyrics I wrote, they're not on this in any way, shape, or form. The under the surface comic would be, here's everything I did in one. This is a culmination of writing, art, design, everything. And I can hold it in my hands, I can look at it and be like, I did this. And hopefully it's something I can be proud of. What about a makeshift plushie design? Blaze picks, you have no idea how much I want a little hide. The little hide, the halfway down the thing. But from my understanding, makeshift works on kind of air quotes demand. And so you have to get enough like pre-orders for something to be made. And in the future, maybe, I haven't drawn in like 30 minutes. In the future, maybe, in the future, maybe, but at the current moment, it's not feasible to do a makeshift plushie. Maybe I can commission one to make one just for me, but I want to finish the comic first before we start thinking about merch ideas. KyngPin Creations, have you thought about making songs again? I have. Unfortunately, I can't add another thing onto the long list of things I want to be doing. I would love to put out that Heavy's the Crown album, because I worked hard on those songs. Most of them were done. I don't know, like, we haven't cut contact with the singer, we just don't talk. And we all gone, not all gone, but us and the singer have, air quotes, pursued different things in life, out of just different passions and where the road of life has taken us. So it's a little, I'm moving on to line art because nothing else is getting done otherwise. We'll design the gloves later, they look fine. But yeah, so that is kind of on hiatus / dead in the water, just because I don't really know where to go with it. It'd be nice, but before life got in the way, the singer wanted to redo some of their vocals, and so I would feel really bad, or like I don't want to be just like, well, you're gone, we're putting this out anyway, whether you like what you did or not, because that's still something that they worked on. And if I wouldn't want something, I wouldn't want someone to be just like, okay, we worked on this thing for a year, and I mean, I would feel horrible if I did. They'd be like, hey, we're working on this project together, and then I had to go do other things and never got to finish it. But at the same time, I would feel it would suck if the other person I'm working on a project was like, well, you weren't totally happy with this, but I haven't heard from you, so I'm putting it out anyway, whether you're happy with it or not. They'd be justified. I would not blame them, but it would still be like, well, there's something out there that I'm not entirely proud of, that I felt like I could have done better. But then again, that's how we grow. We grow as people. Everything we do can't be perfect. I just don't like it feels backstabby to just do it with no notice to them, no permission to them. So honestly, I haven't thought about the album in a little bit. It wasn't great for my mental health when I did. But yeah, I don't know exactly where that's going. I'd like to put it out because I think some of those songs were amazing. I felt some of them were a bit heavy hitting, could I don't know, help somebody, because there were a few I wrote about circumstances that I could only view from an outside perspective, from something that I couldn't personally experience, but saw how others went through it, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. It feels weird to do that and be like, well, I don't know what the heck this feels like, but I'm gonna write about it anyway. But there's one song that I felt like was really emotional, heartfelt. I don't know the right word. Why did I give the cat such insane eyebrows? I don't care. I like them. I'm keeping them. Also, I saw before somebody mentioned the skits I was doing on the videos reminding them of Danny Mata, which is awesome. Definitely him, and if any of you know Ryan George, those were the two people that inspired me or the two people that influenced the the skits portion on my channel. I didn't love the setups for them. Like some of the skit setups felt a little shoehorned and stuff, but there were still some that I liked. But some that definitely could have kept a little bit of workshop, because I didn't think any of them, at least me personally, maybe because I wrote them, I don't know. I didn't feel like any of the skits were like burst out laughing funny, but more so just like, oh, that's kind of humorous. So, and that's just me needing to get better at comedy writing and just writing in general, because a lot of what I do a lot of what Boss Level is improv based, and it's just off the cuff, say, without planning, or just go in the moment. Some bits I've planned out, stories and stuff, but it's improv's difficult, but writing out comedy and doing actual like planned scripted comedy is in its own way difficult. They're like two different skill sets. And unfortunately, script writing is not my favorite part of the video making process. I love telling stories, but writing has never... I'm just using the circle tool. I don't care anymore. Writing has never been my strong suit. I get distracted very easily. Even in school, it was like, all right, I wrote half a sentence, 30-minute YouTube video. And that was not good for when I had essays to write every week while I was in school. So often the skits would be like writing, explaining the process. Oh, here's something mildly humorous, It would be just like the first draft of the joke. And didn't think they were the funniest things in the world. But the jokes were just enough to get by, to keep the video entertaining. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it's my best comedy work. I think. It's been a long while. I do remember like the flow of the art fight videos being pretty good. Definitely the second part. I actually like a lot of the jokes in that one. But overall, just I don't think every video had the same consistency. I gotta rewatch some of my videos for this new era of stuff. see Caucasians one was pretty good. Thank you, nerd. That one was, that was a totally, I don't want to say not boss level inspired, but that joke clearly came from spending a lot of time on boss level. And I viewers of boss level, I think you know what I'm trying to get at here for that joke. I love this hand for some reason. I think this one came out really good. Just so small. And then, I don't know, it's just a cute little fist. Now here's the thing. I envision this to be a black cat, so... Oh, I do not love... How do Pokemon eyes look? Do I even still have that pulled up? Pokemon... Oh, wait. Nerd, you pulled up images. Alright, all the eyes are kind of different, so that doesn't really help. But yeah, I would need to add more. It definitely needs the shine. So like, I think these are the eyes I'm gonna base them off of. So it's white color, pupil, and then with a little shine. And then each one is actually outlined, so I would actually draw the pupil in. Unless... I don't know, there's something... Is it? I think it's the eyebrows. I honestly think the eyebrows take it away from the Pokemon design, but I like them, so I'm keeping them. And you can't do nothing about it. I'm keeping my cat's funky eyebrows, at least for this version. If I use this character for anything else, we might go back to the drawing board. Nikolai, the Caucasian joke, I believe, was in Art Fight Part 2. It was when I was attacking one of Lou's characters, or Vawowie, as he goes by. I still feels weird if I say the name. I don't know if I'm getting it right. But it was the jellyfish character. Nope, not that one. Nope, not popular. Latest. It should be easy to find. There it is. The third latest video. It was around... Oh, yeah. What the... That's a sight to behold. This one's my favorite. I really think the news segment bit was fun. Here we go. It's around... 16 minutes, and there it is. As you can see, if you look, the timing wasn't right. I didn't give enough dead space between all three takes, so I had to reuse. I had to jump cut back the video. It's really hard when trying to film a bit where you're talking to yourself. Because or talking to yourself and there's like multiple visuals of you on screen, because you have to keep in mind what the lines are in your head, count out the space, and then make sure you keep that same consistency when you record them. I think people probably have stand-ins when you do it professionally. Like, I'm sure Jim Carrey probably had a stand-in guy for Sonic 3, and he wasn't just like, I'm saying my line now. I'm responding to that line that I'm gonna record later. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there was a guy in like a little mocap suit or something, and he was doing the lines, and then they switched it over, and then Carrie did his lines for the other character, and then they did it in editing. I don't have a crew to do that. So I just have to rely on an impeccable sense of timing. It's still kind of the same issue when I was doing the Amazing Venomized Circus episodes, because all the voice lines, the Venomized voice lines, were layered. I would do my best impression of the circus characters, and then do a more gruff and gravelly one for the Venom, and I would try to match the same cadence and timing as both lines and overlay them, and it didn't always work. Aliens Art Fight Mass Attack video that my character was put in. Check it out. Not that far from Esper's eyes. What does Esper look like? Esper Pokemon. That I thought Esper was an Eevee evolution. I don't know why it doesn't match the name. That's Esper. It's adorable, but also, yeah, you're not wrong, Knight. It's almost verbatim if I use different colors like that. I do like these. I don't know what else I'm gonna do to the gloves, but I will say I do like these ridges on the palm. This is the only part I'm a little iffy about. I don't fully understand. I don't fully know how I'm gonna do the cuffs of the gauntlets. I feel like there's a few tangents in there. Yeah, I don't fully know. This is the embodiment of the awe. It's adorable. Oh, it's traumatized me. What's going on with Esper? What lies beneath those cute eyes that I don't know about? See, because I don't want to just end it in hands. I want to get a little bit of wrist in there. Gauntlet gloves. Metal. Yep, nope, there's no W in metal. But good try. I'm not really looking for night gloves. I'm looking for more fantasy, sci-fi-ish. Ooh, what about Gachiakata? Gachiakata Rudo gloves. Yeah, something like this is what I'm looking for. Like, see how, like, the cuff itself is, like, this big shape on the wrist? That's kind of what I'm looking for. Maybe a little less fabric-y. And more metal. But maybe I'm going about it wrong. Maybe instead of at the end, it should overlap a little bit. So, something like... No. I guess something like this. I don't know, it's a little... What if I just don't make it 3D? What if I cheese it? Just do this. Make it a box like that. And then I can put my little separator line here. It works. Not gonna lie, it kind of works. Kingdom Hearts likes gloves. Kingdom Hearts gloves. Nope, no D in gloves, but good try again. Yeah, close to something like that. Night. Yeah. Kind of something like that. I just have the wrist be a little bigger than the hand itself. Basically has to keep its eyes covered all the time, or else it releases a psychic explosion that destroys everything around it. Oh, well, that sucks. That is, very unfortunate. For it and everything around it. Fabric with metallic mechanical fingers. Sort of then. Kind of want to keep the whole thing metallic, but it's given me a little bit of a tough time on the collar. So I'm just going to draw it out, and hopefully we can get across the metallic field in the rendering stage. If we get to that, because it's nearly 5 o'clock. Salutation, KyngPin. Been a while. Sure has, Alan Animations. Growing up. I've been a full-fledged adult for years. Real life responsibilities are a killer. And unfortunately, it is taken up a lot of my time, a lot of my motivation, and some other third thing. It's getting really hot under these lamps. What are we talking about? Panther Reapers, you just said that Astra will have a pivotal part in the plot, so there could be a possibility we get I think I've jumped in on a conversation that I did not see the start of. I think so, yep. How long are you going to stream for, KyngPin? I don't know. I have to find out when I'm doing dinner and stuff like that. adulthood. Some perks, but 2 stars. Would not recommend. Yep. That's about how it goes, nerd. Hey, Inkman Studios, how's it going? I'm alive, I'm well, just trying to get by at this point. It's not easy. My least favorite part about gauntlet gloves, trying to figure out how, like, where the what goes in the joint areas where the metal would bend. You know what's funny? Is I did this live stream. I started planning this live stream. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for a live stream. It feels like a simple character. Might maybe bang it out in an hour. Maybe I'll do a little second drawing if time permits. That's how you know how long it's been since I streamed. I forgot how long it takes me to do art. But yeah, my brain is just like, oh yeah, tiny cat, easy money, easy drawing. And then I picked up the pen and I was like, you fool, what were you thinking? Which stinks because I kind of really wanted to draw. I'm still a little iffy that this classifies as Fakemon. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. If not, I have other ideas that I can throw in for the collab, and I will have finally designed a character I've been sitting on for a little bit, so there's really no downside to any of this. But I did want to draw another image. I wanted to have one of the ethereal hands just open and have the cat curled up in it sleeping. Maybe I'll draw that at some point later. But I would have loved to do like a character-esque sheet where it's just several drawings of the same character. Not so much in like the ones I was talking about earlier where it's just like for reference and it has like a turnaround of the character. More like one of those things you'll see where it's just characters and a character in like different situations and just reacting to this and doing different facial expressions. That's kind of what I wanted for this, but I think for what the collab is, I think I need to fill out the rest of this with dang it, that's a tangent. I have to fill out the rest of this canvas with stats and stuff, so still be fun though. Still be really fun to mess around with different facial expressions and poses. And that'd be cool and all, but it takes me so long to draw the simple things. Or just the one thing, I should say. You know what? Not bad. I think that gauntlet actually turned out pretty good. Don't know how I'm gonna get the etherealness to it, like the make it like see-through and mystic and stuff. But yeah. Are you gonna show art from your art for streams channel in Discord? I'm not entirely sure at the moment, Alan Animations. I'll definitely take a look at it at some point. If I don't get to do it on stream, I'll personally look at it and anything you post. Because I know I haven't been active in the Discord, but I'm lurking. I'm seeing a lot of what's being put there, and it looks really cool. So if I don't get the chance to show it on stream, I'll still make sure to take some time and look over it. Do I have an hour? That's a good question, Ark. Let me check. I will get back to you in a few minutes, Ark, about how much time we have left. I was wondering why the music stopped. I shut off my phone. Like I said, Owain, not sure, because I want to get at least to the flat so I can kind of show you all what a finished product of this would look like. And I've just learned I have about 30-ish minutes. There's your answer, Ark, by the way. So probably not. I don't know. Let's go with, unfortunately, no for right now. But like I said, I will make sure to look through the channel and see what you all have been making. I do want to set up like a fan art thing. Well, first off, I want to revamp the aesthetic of the entire channel. There were ideas I had when first starting the channel that life took a different path for. Like, this channel was not supposed to be the pop cross formula of this and that, and this as that with storytelling. Just the first one I did really well, and I'm like, oh, let's keep it moving. Nope, finish the first thought before moving on to the second one. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be just the whole pop cross thing overall. That was just supposed to be a one type of video. And then, like, explore different mediums and do different challenges and stuff. That was supposed to be the initial intention of this channel. And then that one the Nimona video did well. I'm like, well, that was fun, and, you know, people seem to like it. Let's keep going. And then now we are where we are today, which is really cool, but I don't love being, air quotes, tied down. If you learn anything about me, I like chaos. Okay, I like changing things up. I like doing things the way they're not supposed to be done. There's an entire playlist of it on boss level of games I'm like, well, yeah, this game mechanic's cool, but what if it was not that? And so I do want to do more of that kind of stuff, make it art related, and I I want a sort of aesthetic to match that. That being said, I do want to up the visual aspect of this channel. Because like this grid work stuff is cool that I have down here, and if I go to the start screen, I do like that. It's something I made when I first started, so it's cool, but I don't know if I love it as a theme. It's a little dark. But I'm not sure where else it would go. Like, I don't know what else to do. I want to go back and design things. Like, I have a green screen. Obviously, you can't see it, but it's there. It's there. And so, like, I can utilize that to throw myself into other places. Like, I could design a set. If I even still do live action stuff still. I might want to go the PNG tuber route or the VTuber route and just to try it, see what it offers. I have no idea how to make a VTuber model, but I do know how to draw the same character over and over. So, again, I lost entirely what I was talking about. I was answering a question. What was it? What was the question? Oh, yes, the art showcase. What I want to do is revamp the aesthetic of the channel, and part of that is I want to do, depending on how consistent live streams are, but I want to make a fan art channel and have that as the start of the stream rather than my art, because honestly a lot of that is very old at this point. But I think it would be really cool to instead have the starting screen and just have fan art from all of you just cycling through. A lot of streamers do it. I'm thinking specifically Starfish Face for the person I'm influencing it off of. But yeah, that's not an idea exclusive to her. A lot of streamers do that. Even non-art streamers do that. But yeah, I think that would be really cool to do. And that one wouldn't be hard. Actually, I think, didn't I set up a fan art channel in the Discord? Oh, hi Discord. Forgot you were on that screen. I forgot you were even up, to be honest. Art post, work in progress, art showcase for stream. Ah. Oh, that's awesome, Alan Animation. I didn't know you were working on a comic. Did I not put in a fan art Inktober? Oh, fan art corner. There we go. Yeah, there's a fan art corner in the Discord. I think everybody can see it. And I would love to use that at the start of the streams and showcase the things y'all have made. I feel like keeping it to fan art makes the most sense. I don't know. I know that's like what a lot of streamers do, and I think I'd like to follow that path just to, I guess, for like not branding's not the right word, but just like, welcome to the KyngPin channel. This is what people have made regarding this channel. Did any of that make sense? It's okay if it didn't. Alright, So if I hide the sketch, you're on the same layer. Oh, you're on the same layer. All right. Why would I not put the... Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't put the gloves on a different layer. I didn't even put them on a different layer yet. I just moved them. Yeah, the angle's a little rough on this one. That wrist gauntlet angle's a little rough on that second one, but it's fine. I don't mind it. I can live with it. I will say though, the gauntlets actually turned out pretty good. If we compare them to... Wait, what are... Okay, what... There we go. Just because of Phylex War. But if we compare it to the last time I drew gauntlets... Voice Actor Fusion... Oh, this is my favorite. Never mind. 2024 digital paintings. There we go. If we compare it to the last time I drew gauntlets, this was dumb. Why didn't I just open it in a new tab? When I did Spider-Gwen Vi, this one's not bad too, but I feel... I feel like the hand, it looks like the hand's bending the wrong way. I like the way it bends a lot more. I especially really like this fist. I like the design of this. I don't know. There's something I just like better about these two. Ooh, that face is rough, buddy. Not my greatest voice actor fusion, but... I know wow, there's a lot wrong with the proportions in that. And now there's this little dude. I'm gonna see if I can up some of the, I wanna play a little bit with line art, so I might go around making some of the lines thicker. I'm sorry, did I say line art? I meant line weight. My bad. But yeah, I've kind of learned through my doom scrolling on Instagram that line weight or varying line weight is a very good skill. So I kind of want to get better at that. The process. I see what the problem is. The process leaves my head whenever I'm actually doing line art. It's just like, and then suddenly I'm like, oh yeah, that. I don't think that should be there actually. That looks weird. See, because look how thick that one line is in the ear. I kind of want to match it somehow. Hey, unofficial region on Arataka. I want to do fan art, but I gotta get through 5 million commissions first. That's a lot of commissions. Oh, I didn't give this little dude whiskers. I might regret giving this little dude whiskers. Oh no, wait a minute. Hold up. I don't want to say I messed up. I don't want to say I messed up. But I did just see the sketch I made, and I like the face better. Nobody worry about what's happening. I just looked over to my sketchbook for the first time in 2 hours, and I realized I did not follow the full extent of what I wanted the character to look like. Oops. And if I do it like this, it does look a little more Pokemon-ish, so... Also, I have no idea what layer this one eye is on. So it's just, this circle is just there now. I'm sure it's this one. Nope. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I like that. I just like that face a little bit better. Heck yeah, now he means business. I do think the head could... I feel like I could have pushed the pose a little bit more. I'm not going to go back and change it. But I do feel like I could have pushed it a little bit more. Like, if he's really raring up for a fight, I could have, like, put the shoulders closer to the middle of the head. Right now, he's kind of standing his ground, but he could be angrier. That's a... Like, he could be in more of a battle stance. What the heck? Why am I on... And now he's a robot. I'm on the wrong brush for some reason. Alright, now I'm going to make a new layer here. And I also have eyes. I have like pupils and stuff. So I'm gonna put them in, and then I'm gonna see how I like them. Because I don't know, the blank eyes are kind of cool. And that's also kind of cool. Now I'm undecided. What do y'all think? Pupils or no pupils? I'm a little leaning toward no pupils, but I don't know. I don't know what you... I want to see what y'all think, because that's a tough call for me. Well, I don't hate it. Is it Pokemon? I don't know. I also don't know if I want the bandana. Maybe... Near the bandana. Maybe I just make it a fur pattern instead. I think maybe instead just turn this little V shape into a fur pattern. I don't know. When it was... Where's the... Yeah. When it was this one, the bandana was kind of cute. This one, I don't... It doesn't really... I like it better plain. I'm also going to copy the head and make it a little more cat-like by poking it out a little bit, which is a little similar to the similar to the Studio Trigger art style, specifically panty and stocking, which I've been imitating when doing thumbnails for Boss Level and this channel. I don't know why, I just really like it. Okay, a little more cat-like. If I do it here too. Yep, no, hold up, go back, we did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've achieved peak character design. There we go. Now that's a cat. I challenge you to look at me, and I challenge you to look at this, and your mind immediately doesn't go, that's a cat. Because that's a cat. That is a cat right there. That's a cat. I gotta sneeze. Again. What the hell is happening? This definitely looks more like a Pokemon. Also, I'd say the pupils once they get fully done. Okay. That's one for pupils. Aw, he an angry boy. I'm back. Hello, the Thunderbirds fan. How are you? I'd say no to pupils. So we have one pupils, one no pupils. Two pupils, one no pupils. Make a fur pattern that looks like a bandana. That could work. Arc. Because I do like the simple... Nope. That's on the wrong layer. I do like the simple just triangle going down. And using that as like a fur pattern. Like that's fine. I think I would close off this arm though, even though it's not really going to make a difference in the... Alright. I would say that's good enough to warrant line art. So we're going to V2 that. We're going to copy it again. We're going to make the horrible mistake and merge all layers. We're going to move the individual layers. Oh, there. Alright, so we're going to do a quick test of colors, but I kind of have it worked out in my head. Like I said, black cat. And I think the color pattern we're going for here is going to be like a black or close to black. Some kind of, I'm just going to straight up cheese it here. I'm going to steal a color directly from the Megabonk things because I really like the color. And then we're going to move it slightly purpler, go down here, be like this dark violet. And that's going to be our main 3 colors between everything here. So, base cat design. We're going to clean up the edges because I don't know why this is the route I decided to take for the test colors. There we go. And then I wonder how it would look if we match the eyes to the gauntlets. It would make sense. The gauntlets are supposed to be a little more ethereal. So I do think this makes sense. And then I think we could lighten it up for the fur pattern. Maybe we give the inside of its paws the pattern too, like a cat would. Do we just make the whole? Yeah, I don't mind that. And then screw it, why not? Stripe on the tail. Name ideas: Fisticuff, Gauntlety, Scrat Fight. Pupils make it look too human. You can make the pupils bigger. That's not a bad idea. Alan Animations. Oh, right, I merged all them together. I forgot. That's actually, I like that a bit more. And then we'll put the shine on it. And it should look good. What time is it? 5:17? Alright, I need to start wrapping things up. Agreed. Alan Animation, that was a good call. Bigger pupils is bad. No! Wrong layer! Bad. Bad KyngPin. Make the gloves like 2-3 colors max. And honestly, I don't know if this is the way to go for it. I think I got a better idea, but for now, let's just get all this in. I think instead I want to just make the outside a darker color, the rims that bright pink, and then the inside, like the fingertips and stuff, a lighter gray, like a lighter version of what I'm working with right now. And I think that would create a good visual distinction to really tell like the different components of the gloves. Then I want to take this, just up that, and then saturation a little bit, and then just paint the insides. Then that way it also gives it a sort of 3D look. Of course, these are looking a little less ethereal than I had hoped. So I might want to stick to different shades of the air quotes same purple. Like instead, I'm thinking I might, like this is nice, I like this, but really I think what I should be doing instead is, and I don't really know how this would work. Ethereal things are not my strong suit rendering wise, but I think, and I think this might even be too solid. Yeah, you know what? I think instead what I should be doing, because I would, if I'm making it see-through and ethereal, number one thing would definitely be change the line art color, and then make this a little bit something like this. And then maybe I'd lower the opacity or put a glow on it. This does give off a bit more mystical. Something like this. Looks really cool. Thank you, Galhound19. Are you gonna give it a Mega Evolution or Gigamax? I'm not sure. The specifications for the reason I'm doing this in the first place is that it has to be the Fakemon I design has to be a final evolution. So I don't know is the answer I have right now. And then I'll make this a more saturated one. I'd say that's pretty ethereal. And just make color references. There we go. References. Do the same thing here. There we go. Using this brush was not a good thing for laying down colors. Wrong layer. Oh good, the stream bit rate's dropping. Another name suggestion, Cattywall, Catty meaning hostile, and Cat, Wallop meaning to beat, and is inspired by the name Cattywampus, a mythological six-limbed cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nerd, you might be onto something. Think subjectively use that name in a True Green 7 video. Damn it! It's all ruined! Cut the stream, it's not worth it anymore. Just wind up calling it like Gauntlet Cat or something. That's creative. Alright, for the most part, this is what our guy's gonna look like. I might make those eyes a little bit lighter. They kind of blend in. I think maybe if I... They definitely stand out more now. Definitely going to make them a gradient. Something like this. Blend it in more. And then, just for fun, how's it going to look if we do the eye shine? Not entirely sure about that one. Why am I doing this? There's a bucket tool. There's a bucket tool and it works quite well. Look at that. Works amazing. Best bucket tool I've ever seen. Then we'll hide the line art. Take this guy. Really fill in these lines here. There we go. Different artists create characters from the same prompt. I guess that means the true thing. True green, maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of conversations going on, I think. It's been like 6 months since I presented anything in the last art showcase. Unofficial region Arataka. I think it's been 6 months since we've done an artist showcase. Reference, grab this, and make a separate one just so if I need to turn it off I can. And nope, not what I wanted. basically anything on the inside. Dang it. Stabilization. More stabilization. Not great, but it'll do. Pokemon. Thank you, Ark. Yep. Guys, if you can, leave a like. It helps out the channel. And, I do not believe YouTube likes necromancy, so, me streaming after 7 months or whatever of inactivity, I think might scare them. Like this video to prove to YouTube that necromancy exists. Dead channels can come back to life. The stabilization seems to kind of do what it feels like. There's a lot of stray lines coming out of here. Alright, so now we're gonna... This is my favorite part of Clip Studio Paint, by the way. Okay, we've switched windows again, I just realized. The select color gambit. Meaning, you can select a color, and it will select basically all the colors on that layer and make a selection around them. So I don't have to manually go and pick out the two eyes. I made them the same color. I told it to select that color. Boom, added the gradient. In fact, I don't love the gradient actually. I'm gonna try that again. There we go. And then Ethereal Gauntlet Hands. We're going to make a new layer for that. Gonna pick this one, make it slightly darker and more saturated. Hide that. And the bucket tool might have a conniption on this one. Let's try the wand. Let's see what happens here. If we do this. Even the wand tool is making a little bit of work. But if we expand the selection, it should cover everything. Select, expand selected area. Let's go 5 pixels. It missed a little spot. There we go. Over here too. I really missed a lot of areas. Alright, let's try it. Dang it. So close. honestly, I might, just because I don't know how I'm going to do this yet, I might just build them one on top of the other. So I'll lay down the base, make a clipping mask that one, and do that instead. And then once we get the base colors, I think that's going to be it for the stream. I do have to go soon, so unfortunately I don't think we'll have time for an artist showcase. Mostly because I believe this project is due this week, so I do want to make sure I can get as much done as possible. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I would have liked to, but this took me a lot longer than I expected it to. Like I said, though, I will go through and take a look at everything you all posted. I just don't have the time to show it on stream tonight. I'm sorry. I'm really running out of time. All right, time to lock in, chat. Actually, I really like that. I think I chose good colors for the gloves. At least this iteration. Because I do like the other one too. And honestly, I do kind of like... So you see how I left the color test layer on. But these little, like, these splotchy bits around the edges, I do kind of like them as an effect. It makes it a little more ghostly, and I might rework it, but I kind of want to keep those in. Did notice that expanding the selection did make it go out of the lines a little bit, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. It's so minuscule, I don't think anyone will notice. Look at it kind of a little darker on this one. Hey, when was the last time I saved? Jeez. For that color. Again, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but sometimes I feel like the stabilization on the brushes is a little less than what it's set at. Because I feel like I'm not getting any stabilization. Then again, this is a pretty big canvas, so I think that has something to do with it. Have I gotten lowered? What the heck? I can barely hear myself talk in the stream. Make sure you save your drawing. Yes. Save and save often is the one thing I remember from elementary school. History, never used it. Math, don't care. The one thing I know is save and save often. YouTube, time for a break. I'll get off of YouTube when I want to. I'm monitoring the stream, okay? I just got a notification on my phone. It's like, time for a break. Make sure you're not watching YouTube all the time. And I'm like, your entire platform literally prioritizes watch time. Why are you telling me to go away? That seems like a horrible business idea. Just gonna lower him so he's a little more center. And here we have our little shadow kitty. I do kind of want to, like I said, put that shadowy brush behind him as an effect. Using this. I'll work it out more later if it goes on top or on bottom and how to lay out the patterns and stuff, because I still need to do shading, but I like this particle effect. I just gotta figure out a way to do it better. But that being said, I like it. I think this little Kit Kat came out pretty cool. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for not disappearing as I've tried to figure life out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to eat food now. I hope you all have a great day, and hopefully I'll have that video out that I was talking about soon. But other than that, take care, everybody. Have a good day.